Okay, so it's been a long day, day 21, and actually it's still not over, but I left. So we started this morning. We had two senior officials, one from Alberta this morning and one from Ontario. What we learned this morning is that the Emergencies Act was not necessary at all. In Alberta, they cleared everything without the Emergencies Act. And in fact, there was some text messages that came out between Blair and McIver that said, you were too late. We didn't need any of your help. So that was interesting. And then under cross-examination with Brendan Miller, there was confirmation that there wasn't even a request or any movement of RCMP officers to Ottawa until well after the Emergencies Act was invoked. So what were they waiting for? That is kind of strange. Who said not to send them, or why weren't they sent? These are questions that remain unanswered, and I'm sure we'll get to that next week. So then we had Deputy Solicitor General here this afternoon, and quite interesting. But what really stuck out with me is that he said this was very much a policing solution and a policing issue, but he said there was room for politicians to go in and negotiate and mediate. Question is, did that happen? And we all know the answer is no, not on a provincial level, not on a federal level. What we have learned that is the provincial level, Ontario did send somebody to negotiate and discuss with Windsor, but that did not happen in Ottawa. The only people, as we all know, to negotiate and even talk to the protesters was on a municipal level. That was the city of Ottawa. Nobody from the province, nobody from the feds even attempted to. So why wasn't that part of the strategy? It makes sense. These people wanted to be heard. They wanted their government to be to hold their government to account. And what did the government do? We don't see you, we don't hear you. Not a good response, in my opinion, especially when it worked in Windsor, and he gave an example of that working with the CN border, CN blockages. So you know that's effective. People are here to talk to their elected officials, and the elected officials didn't talk to them.